Hi guys, and welcome to a new round of State of Survival with me. Hope you have a good day so far. So we will check out a bit about Generation 22. So who will be interesting to watch, who's really good, and what are we using it for? So that is what we are focusing on today. I will show you my progress. Hope you can hear me quite good. Otherwise, let me know that in the comments. Hi Adamo, hi Sugar, Apu, hello guys. Welcome to the stream. So, hope you hear me good. I will show you first the progress of my heroes so you understand where we are, because the focus of today's stream is also what can free-to-play player do, what should they focus on, and not really the maxed out. This is a live server, and of course my progress on those heroes might be a bit above free-to-play player base, but it's not maxed out. So what we are talking about is my Sister Bella is at 13 of 27, so we check out in between intermediate status of those heroes, how good they are in comparison to the heroes they should replace. So we have Sister Bella at 13 of 27. She's right now also sit on those one. Hero DNA, she has strength accumulation. Then we have, who's next one? Where are they? There is Gerald. Gerald is at 12 of 27. And Zucker is at 13 of 27, and I already prepared the test, so we will just watch. I've done testing on the shipments, so on trucks, and if you have questions, please raise them. So you see, I've tested a lot on this dude. Thanks for sending a truck that was quite good for testing. And let's go back and see raid history. So base tests with the Yellow March. No, this is live server. This is really my live server account. There is no PTR. This is really live server. I stopped testing on PTR. That's why you see also that the heroes are not fully maxed. We are comparing free-to-play player-friendly focus because the heroes are not maxed at all. It's live server and so on. You see, he wins moral booster, and he's also winning this one. So this is important to see the difference. If you win, there can be an inflation of kills, and that doesn't help us. He used all the time the burn setup. So we have as basement, we used Duncan, and well, here we have 298k survived. And then I replaced with Gerald. Important to know, I used exactly the same Tempest Arms, the same animals, the same, literally everything aside the hero DNA and the status. But why I say this is important to see is, with Duncan, we had 298k surviving. Look at this difference. Literally 95k more. And remember, Duncan is maxed. Gerald is at 12 of 27 progress. So he's really far behind. He's literally only close to stats. So his skills are so much better than the ones from Duncan. And that is kind of surprising because initially his skills didn't look that good. So that is quite a big difference. Also, if we check out the rounds, of course, resilience march, so quite a lot of rounds running around, up to 32 rounds. And literally, I killed his infantry in that one, and in the previous one, it was close to not be killed. So here, important to see. I can also show, if you have questions, if you have doubts, please raise them. We can also check out hero DNA, and that is even more, because here we have warning resolve on the resilience infantry Duncan. That's Duncan with warning resolve, And if you want to compare that, we check out what we have on the a lot less progress. Here we have Torment. And it's doing so much better on an infantry resilient style. We're not talking about damage output here. So that is crazy. Also here you see I used exactly the same Tempest arms in both fights. And the difference is quite impressive and just for those who joined late, the progress of my Gerald is 12 of 27, and my Duncan, you can see it's red, and also his skills are quite far developed, and the skills of Gerald are all at 111. So that is what I say. Here we have a hero that might lead that suddenly I didn't had Lisa Landmine. But here we see Gerald is definitely good to go. Because also for free-to-play players, Gerald is a recommendation to push. Because he outperforms Duncan so early, we have nearly a maxed out one. About generation skip is the easiest thing. Ignore generation 13 up till like generation 20. Ignore them completely. 20 you can do aside, but that is only relevant for this generation. And if you go on, focus on generation 21 hero. That is the most easiest one because you will get them pretty much everywhere. So that is, if you're a free-to-play player, go on a hero of generation 21, easy to push hard, and then focus on the other one. But we will check out the next one. And here we have blue versus blue or control versus control. Hi Archer, hi Goddess, hi Ivan. So welcome guys. So here we have blue versus blue. I used in this example Chris because I wasn't a fan of Ava, but Ava got some buffs it seems, because she was really risky to play with because of Rising Valors. And we have Jamara. And Jamara is the one that will be replaced by Shizuka. And here we have 385 survived. So that was not a really good base test. But we can compare that with Shizuka. So here we see Shizuka is at 13 of 27, so also not super far developed. She's a bit better than Jamara, but that's it. So she's just a bit improvement overall to the stats, of course, but stats is not what that much matters. But she will definitely a bit better than Jamira or Jamira, however you want to call her. Here we have Berserk Break 1, and on Jamara we had... Let's check also that there's a difference in hero DNA. That's the only difference in those parts. And on her we had the gold one. So she even had an advantage on that one. Berserk Break, no booster from the style. Oh goddess. Yeah, well, he has a really long one. Sword. Sword. So Berserk Break, she has an advantage in hero DNA, but doesn't perform better. So if you want to look for an improvement on your control match, Shizuka seems to be an improvement, but the difference is pretty tiny. Jamara has just the better hero DNA. The rest stayed the same. And then we have this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we have it. And then I used it with Aver, and that is quite impressive because Aver just really boosted it a lot. And that was where I say that she must be buffed, because the difference between Chris and Ava was never that massive. Here we have 285k. And with Chris, we had 378. So it's crazy how much impact suddenly Ava did, and Ava never did such a massive impact. So she must got a buff during the last weeks. So that's again with Jamara and Ava. So even there we see a big difference of nearly 50k by using Ava with Jamara also. And well, then it was hard to test because that was really surprising. Ah, shit, it doesn't let me go there. So because I used Red March, and we all saw that he used all the time his control march. It was a control march, and trust me, there's no rising valor on it. Mark of Strength, Regenerating Spring, Mark of Fury, Mark of Strength, Mark of Fury, Crimson Sacrifice. So there was no counter to really kill that much. And this fight, I won with 262k. So that was really kind of crazy because he's winning the match in moral. He has the counter march. And also if we check out the bottom here, his vehicles, his behemoths, his stat bonuses, I'm all down in that. So I'm quite surprised that I won with my old march. And then I compared it, of course, with Sister Bella, the new hot nun. And that was kind of disappointing. She's at 13 of 27. And on Apex, she is like, if you lose with her kind of extreme in comparison to Catherine. If you win with Sister Bella in comparison to Catherine, kind of extreme. So yesterday we assumed based on Apex, she's just boosting kills, and well, if you go for boob selection, well, you go for Sister Bella. And I mean, like, if you're Edu, I would go in that match between both. That would be that's a boot match. But in terms of how many survived, she's quite disappointing at the situation of 13 to 27 upgrades. If you compare the other two heroes to her, she's the last I would go for. Because everything is the same she got that I had on Catherine. She might get better with higher stats or so, but honestly, it was really disappointing to see how bad she performs in comparison to the other heroes. So, based on the actual situation, well, yeah, I will do another test and we'll share that one. But the thing is, I tested my red march against his blue march, so I can't take more disadvantages on my side. He has moral booster, he has everything, but he loses. Well, I can use Penelope. Not a fan of her, but of course we can do that. I just need to find a new truck. Oh, here, that one might be a good truck. So maybe someone shared a perfect moment. Oh, yes. I think that is one of their main rally leads. But here, yeah, Paul already killed him. So hopefully Paul doesn't go on both kills. So I can test the same thing. Let's check out. Vera and Nara with EMP style go on Pan. And Sister Bella is on it. So please, Paul, don't kill him completely. So again, we take the disadvantage. Blue style. Uh, well, it depends. Between Mason and Leonardo, there's a slightly difference only. If you have both maxed. And, well, Mason is good with his own skill, then he outperforms Leonardo. So we have here as base test Sister Bella, Pan, and Stacy. Oh, shit. I forgot one thing. Yeah, I forgot one thing. Thanks for the reminder. Where's... She needs, of course, the same stuff as Eduardo. This one I forgot here. Eduardo, get this one. We switched this one. So we will try again. Now more with a correct setup. So we have in this fight, and this is the correct one. Well, that's not really good testing. Too many on his side survived. I don't do enough damage to make anything reliable on that one. That's shit. That's because his counter march. So if you only do like I did 10%, then, well, the result won't tell much. And honestly, the enhancement of those heroes. So we will test it as well with Eduardo. But I doubt. I mean, like, if Eduardo now has better performance, then it's kind of clear that he still outperforms Pan. And that one is on Pan. We switch it. Same. We go again. And we go again with that one. But I think the numbers are too tight to really tell. And we had this one here. Yeah, well, look at it. I used Eduardo, and here we have 396k survived. Here I used Pen, or Penelope. And yeah, do what Ivan told you. Like the stream, share it with others after the stream is finished. And here we only have 48 wounded. So you see this, we have with Eduardo 60k more wounded than, or losses, well, that is trucks on this side. So Eduardo still outperforms Penelope by quite a bit. So that's sad, but doesn't boost Bella at all. Toffee just did. That was Stacy, Penelope, and Sister Bella. Here. That is Sister Bella. Here we have Penelope. Here we have Stacy. 451k. And here we have Stacy Eduardo's Sister Bella. And here we have only 396k. The Vanek, where have you tested that? Because on trucks, he did not really was that worse in comparison. But maybe it's because my Mason is having this one here. So if you do not have Mason maxed and with his legendary ability, then yeah, Arena, don't test. Serious guys, do not use Apex Arena to really test something. Apex has an own meta. I can show you that as well. This dude, he's in everything better, but I can annihilate him. So how can I be on rank 1 in Apex? So Apex I would never use at all. Also Immortal Arena, the closest to be reliable is sadly really trucks, and even trucks is not perfectly reliable. So that is where we are here. And the good news, yeah, well, if you're late into the stream, let's just jump shortly back to what I just said. So oh gosh, misclicking. The good news about all this, oh my gosh, hero. Uh, thank you. Is literally Gerald. Gerald is the good news of the day. That is the hero that really outperforms quite early. So Gerald is at 12 of 27 progress. So that what also free-to-play player can achieve. Not by today probably, but during the Migo season also quite early. Gerald outperforms really early Duncan. So that is one of the key things that we learned. And Shizuka is quite a tiny improvement in comparison to Jamara. And well, and of course, well, the fancy shit that is coming with this, which is on the sister, the Pulse Storm, the EMP thingy. Well, we all wondered why it doesn't perform better. Why she's not performing on riders better with 150% boost. Well, it's coming. Sorry, guys. The new special ops on rider. That is this shit, but here it is. Launches a missile that deals 30% damage to enemy, while Anna fires an EMP blast that deals 15% damage to all enemies, and there it is. Every 4 turns, unleash an EMP attack on all, reducing the damage and electrifying them. So, well, if you want to use the EMP, you will need Anna and Elika. Why they? I mean, like, what do they have with Angelica, Anna, and Elika? I mean, like, sounds pretty much the same. So that's all I can tell you about Generation 22. If you wait for enhancement recommendations, the truth is, the last 2 generations, the enhancement change, if you had the clips activated or not, did really a tiny impact. So, for free to play players, I highly recommend if you push your heroes, go only till 24 of 27. Do those clips in the next generation when you get crates from the next generation, and save your value vouchers for the next generation once you have it at 24 27, because the impact of the clips was quite small. That is for those who really push hard and spend money. Then they can do whatever they want. But for free to play players, really, and low spenders, go only for 24 27s, because that is super expensive. Remember, 90 and 600 of the potions. So that's really, well, I would stop to push and focus to get the other heroes more up and running. Especially if you go for Gerald, go for 24 of 27. He's outperforming Duncan super early, which is super helpful. So you have a quite decent resilience march. And the other hero of Generation 22 I would after that go for is, where is she? Shizuka here. Um, she is also at 13 of 27, equal to, or even an improvement to Jamara. Probably she's equal on 12 of 27. And if you push her above that, she will outperform Jamara as well. Of course, if you have an insane skill on Jamara and a shit skill on Shizuka, they might stay for longer equal, but in my tests, gold break was on Jamara and the purple one was on Shizuka, so she had a disadvantage already and she outperformed her still. That's all about I can tell you right now about Generation 22 once I tested also the enhancements, but that will take time because I do not push that much if I see that they are more or less not that superior. Aside Gerald, I don't see that coming, so I will only push Gerald, and after that Shizuka, and Sister Bella will be just once I get crates and have the other two up and running. I hope this helps you and hope you have a good day. Thanks for tuning in and see you soon again. Goodbye.